Okay, hello, welcome back to Biotech. Then today we are going to see about pharynx. In respiratory system, one of the most important part is pharynx. Pharynx, it is the junction part of our body. Why? Because the nasal passage, the nasal passage and food passage, both nasal passage and food passage both are connected at one place. That place is called pharynx. See here, suppose example in the diagram, see here, this is the food passage and this is the nasal passage. Imagine that this is the food passage and this is the nasal passage. This food passage and nasal passage both are connected at one place. That place is called pharynx. Suppose what happens if the food passage and nasal passage both are connected? When we are eating the food, sometimes these food molecules may be misguided or they are slipped from the food passage to nasal passage. If these food molecules are entering from the food passage to nasal passage, if they enter into the larynx or trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, they directly go into the lungs, so that we will die. But we are not dying. Every time we are eating the food, but the food is not going into the larynx or food nasal passage. What is happening there? One of the most important structure is protecting us from this reaction. That is what epiglottis. See, here is one most important structure is that is called epiglottis. So this epiglottis is one of the cartilaginous bone. It is also one of the cartilaginous bone. It is a cartilaginous structure. This cartilaginous structure which acts as a lid over the glottis. Where is the glottis? See, suppose if it is a trachea. So this is a trachea. This trachea above here is the glottis. This is the glottis part. Trachea above this, here is the glottis. So this glottis above there is a cartilaginous structure. It is called epiglottis. So this epiglottis acts as a lid over the glottis. So here this is the glottis. This glottis is completely covered by the epiglottis when we are swallowing the food. That means when we swallow the food is directly goes onto the mouth, esophagus, stomach. In this way the food can be passed, but it cannot be slipped into the where? Nasal passage, because the nasal passage is completely, see, this nasal passage is completely covered with the epiglottis. That's why when we are eating the food, we should not speak. What happens when we speak? When we speak, there is high pressure of air comes out from our trachea. See this. When we are speaking, the high pressure of air comes up through the trachea. What happens when the high pressure of air comes up? Due to this air pressure, this epiglottis can be opened up. Suppose if the epiglottis opened up due to the air pressure, when we are eating the food at the same time, some food molecules, if they enter from the food passage to nasal passage, then that nasal passage can be collapsed. It directly enters into the lungs and we will die. That's why we should not speak when we are eating. These things can be happen. And here epiglottis is one of the shortest, very most important shortest structure, which is one of the cartilaginous bone which acts as a lid over the glottis, which prevents the entry of food molecules into the larynx. That's why epiglottis is very important. So this is about the structure of epiglottis that we can observe in the respiratory system. Okay, thank you. Next, in the next class we shall study about larynx. How larynx is able to produce the sounds, how many vocal cords are present, how many cartilaginous bones are present in that, then we will see in the next class. Okay, thank you.